views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect the views of BronxNet or the program underwriters.
Hello and welcome to Open 2.0. I'm your host, Lady Cruz, and we got a great show for you today. Today's segment focuses on Latin women in art and comedy. To help us unpack this topic is Gigi King, who was born and raised in Puerto Rico. She is an actor and comedian. Welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. So I know you were born and raised in Puerto Rico. Can you share some of your favorite memories?
I would say the food. Food brings people together. I remember my grandmother doing rellenos and alcapurrias, and we will make a party. So anything that would go when it comes to food, that's just like my memory that comes first.
Do you remember yourself doing any comedy or being like the star of the show in these gatherings?
No, that's the thing. I've always knew that I love to make a fool of myself, but I never thought that it could be a career because, unfortunately, in Puerto Rico, there's not that much opportunity like in New York. So it was always in the back of my head. But yeah.
And how has Puerto Rico inspired you in your work?
Everything that I do, it's for Puerto Rico. Like, I love where I came from. Most of my videos are representation of how my mom acts or my abuela or my friends. So yeah, everything is around Puerto Rico. Yeah.
Do you feel like they inspired you to become an actor or comedian?
Oh yes, oh yes. My mom is a character, which is funny because she's a nurse. So, but yeah.
And why did you come to New York City?
The opportunities are way more than in Puerto Rico, like I said. I auditioned for my school, and they told me that I could be for the summer program, and it went from there.
That's cool. So how has your transition been from Puerto Rico to New York?
It was, I would say easy, but not easy. I thought that I was not going to like New York, because some people actually move, and they give it like a month or two, and they don't know if they're gonna like it. And they go back home, and that was my fear, that I was gonna get way homesick, but I didn't. So yeah.
So, would you say that New York has inspired you and your work?
Oh yes, the culture here. I feel like New York, it's an expansion of Puerto Rico. You see, from Dominicans to Puerto Ricans, yeah.
And have you ever used comedy as a way to escape from reality? Like, I know New York is a lot. I know maybe your transition was a lot. So how has your comedy helped you cope with all of that?
Every day. If I'm not laughing, something is wrong. So I always try to look for the joke in a bad situation so it could be a little bit lighter. So I would say everything. Yeah, everything.
Do you feel like that's the key ingredient, like you're surviving?
Oh yes. Yes. Make a fool of myself. Yeah.
So how has your journey been on your way to being a comedian? Like, where did you start, and how did you get here, and where do you plan on going next?
Well, like I said, I had the opportunity to study at the New York Conservatory for Dramatic Arts, and everything that I know from acting, I know because of the school. And I had a stand-up class that if we did not, 5-minute stand-up, if you had to do it, because if you did it, you were not gonna graduate. So it was like, you have to do it. And I discovered that I really enjoy it, and I'm just ready to, audition as much as possible and get my name out there.
Yeah. Has social media impacted your work or influenced the way you get your name out there?
It has helped tremendously. especially YouTube and Instagram. The fact that you can post whatever you want, for my perspective, to make people laugh, it's everything to me.
What advice would you give to younger kids who want to pursue being a comedian or a career or just for fun, growing their social media influence?
I would say it sounds so cliche, but I would say do what you want to do, like the thing that you want to do the most, because in your heart you know what you came here to do, and study and get more, what's the phrase that I'm trying to look for? Get as much knowledge as you can, because acting is hard. People think the stereotype of acting, oh, everybody could do it. There's a way of doing things, and classes that you have to take. To this day, even I graduated, but I'm still taking classes. So yeah.
So what are your obstacles, and like how do you plan to overcome them in life in general?
Feel like comedy has helped, like I said before. Every time when I make a video, if I'm not laughing, I'm not gonna post it. Because it's like, if I don't think it's funny, I don't think people is gonna think that it's funny. But laughter for sure has been the thing that has glued me to stay in my lane and the things that I came here to do.
Do you ever find yourself like doubting your abilities? Because I know like any artist, any creator, they usually find themselves doubting themselves even when people tell them that it's good enough.
No, yeah, 100%. Every time I put out a video, I'm like, oh my God, I don't think people are gonna like it. Oh my God, what is this? But I just need to be true to myself, and that to me, that's all that matters. Because if you're true to yourself, people are gonna see that. That's like if you're faking it, people are gonna notice.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you have any tips for the Bronx youth who wants to get into art and comedy?
If as a young teenager, you were always looking for things that you might be interested. Because I remember when I was a kid, I wanted to be a fashion designer. That did not work out because I don't know how to draw. But expand what the things that you want to do, and if you feel it in your heart that this could be something that could give you, a career and income, hey, why not? As long I go back to, you got to be true to yourself. That's everything will follow after that. Yeah.
Have you ever been put down by people around you or close to you that like maybe they didn't believe in you? How have you dealt with that?
Oh yeah. I can remember some people who be like, oh, you want to do that? Okay.
Yeah.
See you in a year because you're going to come back. And I'm like, but I'm still here.
Right.
I just kill them with kindness, if anything. Because those people, when they show their true colors, it's like, oh, you're not here for me?
Yeah.
That's good that happened. So that way I have more space for genuinely people that are for me, So yeah.
Have you found people that have helped you grow as a person, like living in New York? Or how has networking been for you? Like, how do you network around the city?
I would say Instagram has helped a lot, and being able to go to events and things that people might think it's not worth it to go, it is worth it because you meet people and then you make connections and you can go and, oh, let's make a video or let's do an interview, So definitely going to events that people don't think they're worth it, they are.
Any last tips or words for Open 2.0?
Keep doing what you're doing, and thank you so much for having me.
Oh, you're welcome. Also, I love your hair. Like, it's very spontaneous.
Thank you. I appreciate that, In April, in April I started just being the hair, whatever this hair wants to be, and let it be. I was always relaxing my hair when I was a kid. So I did not know what curls I had. So one day I was like, you know what? I'm gonna just let that be. And yeah, so far now I'm aiming for like Lion King,
Yes.
big, So yeah. But yeah.
Oh, that was good. Thank you for your time.
Oh, thank you.
I enjoyed having you on your first show on TV.
Yes, yes, yes.
Thank you. It has been great talking with you. We are going on to take a quick break. Stay tuned for more Open 2.0.
There's got to be other gay people in this
Yeah.
borough.
That is the goal of this show, to give the community a voice.
As writers, as producers that write queer content, you know, we definitely have to open the door for the person behind you.
The community always comes through.
Things are going to get real here. The community really does exist so far beyond just the L, the G, the B, and the T.
Whenever people are out and proud and loud, you know, we get heard.
Welcome back to Open 2.0. We're back with Gigi King, who will be performing some stand-up comedy for us. So grab your popcorn and get ready to laugh.
Once again, I would like to thank Bronx Youth to give me this opportunity. For those that don't know me, obviously nobody knows me here. If anything, you'll be thinking, who the hell is this girl looking like Cruella de Vil, the Hispanic version, / Shigo from Kim Possible? I'm gonna let y'all know. My name is Giselle with a Y. Not Wiesel, not Jizzle, just Giselle. But for you, Gigi it is. I'm from Puerto Rico, born and raised, but my dad is Dominican, which, you know, I'm mitad mango, mitad mofongo. For those of you that don't know the difference of that, they're like primos, you know? If anything, one is boiled, one is fried, but if anything, your cholesterol is gonna be like, rise and shine, like, you know? Speaking of food, I miss my mom's cooking so much, you know, the arroz con gandule, pasteles, coquito, eggnog. But one thing that I miss the most is the anticipation and the whole getting ready, makeup, hair, tacos, everything just to be at the sala. I don't know how that's a thing for us, but it is. Like, oh, you're going to a wedding? No, I'm just going to the sala. What do you mean? And I miss too the innocence of just being at home, waiting for Santa to come and give me the regalos, you know? But now when you're an adult, you become Santa. And my bank account, it's like, I don't know if you should do that, because the way that if my bank account had a name, it would be survival. Yep. And tell me about Three Kings Day, Reyes Magos. What, like, I would never understand as a kid. I would come to my mom like, how is that? 3 camels come to my house, gives me my regalos, and leaves a whole mess. How do you explain that to a 5-year-old? How? But you know, that's Christmas and Navidad is for you. I want to say thank you so much again for giving me this opportunity to BronxNet.
Thank you so much for your incredible performance. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's show. We'd like to thank our guest, Gigi King, for joining us and for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed our show and catch us back on the next Open 2.0 in 2020.
Bye.